what's up? Welcome back. My name is Honeyhatchy, and today I'm going to be trying something different again. I mentioned a while back that I was going to be doing a nether themed mod pack that I put together, and I wanted to test it. I've also been having some problems with my streams lately, so I'm hoping to see if that's fixed, and if it's not, then I'm hoping to find out at least what it is. So if there's any frame drops, which I feel like there will be, I'm gonna try and fix that today. To start off, we are spawned in the nether, because I literally just loaded into the game. Basically, I'm basing this whole mod pack around the Origins mod. And to start off with, I picked this, because that's every little bit of content I've put in here is directed to the nether. So I picked Blazeborn because it spawns you in the nether, and so I can't leave unless I build a portal from inside the nether. This Origins will give me immunity to fire. It will spawn me in the nether. If I'm on fire, I deal additional damage, and because I am immune to fire, I'm also immune to poison damage. But I do unfortunately take damage in the water, so even if I do make it to the overworld, any kind of water, including rain, is lethal, so I have to be pretty much posted here the whole time. To start off, I've literally just spawned here. I can see here we've got some crimson fungus, or whatever they are, so that's going to be my main source of wood. It might be a little bit laggy because my PC can't really handle this mod pack too well, but it shouldn't be too bad. So the hardest part usually is getting around hostile mobs and getting stone in this mod pack to get any kind of upgraded tools. So hopefully we don't have too difficult of a time with that. And the good thing is you can pretty much punch netherrack and it's not even that slow. So if you were to get spawned in a place where you were stuck, it wouldn't be too hard to get out. There we go, there's some wood. I've also added dynamic trees, so they will topple when I punch them. I'm gonna go get this one over here because it's not in lava. Hopefully I'm not having any issues with my frames. I'll have a little check in a second. If this falls, this will fall basically when I break the bottom block, and if I'm underneath it while it's falling, I can die, so I need to be really careful. Because whenever I die, I will spawn right back to where I started. Luckily I can set my spawn without a bed, so I will need to do that as soon as I find somewhere to live. And also the good thing about the nether wood that you can get here, so most of the modded wood anyway, is it's fireproof. So if there were any lava spills or if there was a ghast, my house wouldn't go up in flames. It would actually just be perfectly normal. It would still break under explosion damage, of course, but it wouldn't burn, so that's fine. I'm just gonna make some tools because I'm gonna need at least some, otherwise I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm gonna make a couple extra sticks. I might make 2 pickaxes because they tend to break quite quickly when they're wooden. Probably make 1 axe and maybe a sword as well. There are a lot of things, especially modded creatures as well, that I need to avoid. And because I'm in a crimson biome and I've added, I think it was Alex's mobs, that means there are going to be mosquitoes, and I hate those so much. So I'm actually going to advance this way because I don't want to be by them. I've also added a bunch of mods that add food to the nether, so it's actually not too impossible to survive in the nether. I built this originally as a challenge because I had played this also custom mod pack that I made with my friends based around the Origins mod, and when I was in the nether at that point, there was pretty much no food. So I remade the mod pack and focused specifically on the Blazeborn aspect and tried to make it more inhabitable. These explode, so they might be a bit loud. Well, they normally explode. Yeah. So, yeah, so this whole mod pack is based around this original server we had. I'm pretty happy with it, and I wanted to do what's the word I'm looking for? A series on it at some point. However, I needed to do some test runs and check it for all that kind of compatibility and stuff, because I haven't... Oh no. Oh no. What's that? I think that's a drop bear. And those aren't very nice. I don't know where it is though. Oh, it's right there. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to check all of the mod compatibilities and stuff before I streamed it, because I didn't want to have any issues, because that would suck. Where? Ah! Who did that? Oh, what? It is a drop bear, by the way. Okay, and as you can see, it's a little bit laggy because I just teleported back to spawn. Speaking of, this is my spawn. So I cannot leave by dying. I have to build a portal. Even if I set my spawn and then destroy it, I still do not spawn in the overworld. So I'm stuck in the nether, whether I like it or not. Ow, hold on, I have an itch. Ah, I just punched myself. Ignore that. That didn't happen. Anyway. But yeah, trying to get my stuff back might be a little bit hard because I don't have any tools anymore. And I also fell quite a bit down. So that might be hard. How did I get around this before? We're gonna have to do some painfully slow punching. Is that a bone serpent? Yes. Oh, it can't reach, we're good. Can I walk on? Never mind, it can. Right, I'm gonna have to go get that tree, hold on. The good thing is I don't burn, and the wood doesn't burn. It's just inconvenient that my screen is covered with fire when I do try to get to here. Like that. I might add a texture pack that changes the burning texture on my screen because it's really hard to see. And you end up burning quite a lot in the nether, so it would be a lot more convenient to have a different texture for it at least. But I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get my stuff back. And then I need to find somewhere safe to live so I can build a base and then get some sort of spawn point going. I added... I know that didn't just burn. Wait, does it actually burn? I thought it was fireproof. I don't think the items are fireproof, actually. I just think that when it's placed down as a block, it's fireproof. Whatever, we've got a good amount of blocks to get over there again. But yeah, I know that you can't put them in a furnace and smelt them down, so I know it's like somewhat fireproof. But apparently, not 100%. I hate this so much. Why did I do that? I would just waste a block. Hold on. We need to use these sparingly. What is... How did I get over here before? Ah, there's two. Never mind, one. There's one more over there. Ah! That didn't happen. Although it quite clearly did. Stop touching me! I'm gonna cry. I'm not. Bone serpent. Ah! But yeah, the mod pack doesn't seem to be too laggy so far. It's only when I spawn in and then obviously have to teleport back to spawn, which can be miles away from where I am sometimes. That's the only part that's quite heavy handling. So let's see. I need to try again because I'm struggling a little bit. Maybe I'll find some more wood. I can't see anything. Maybe I'll go up and over this way. Because my stuff is in a corpse, which is what I've added so that I don't lose my stuff, because that would be even harder to progress in the nether. And luckily the corpses are fireproof, so if you were to die in a pool of lava it would float to the top and wait till you go back and get your stuff. For now, I'm going to try and get more stuff in order to ensure that I live long enough to see my corpse again. So I'm going to get some more wood. It can be a bit dangerous because there are mosquitoes in this biome usually, so I'm going to keep my eyes open, keep them peeled because I don't want to get snuck up on by a little blood-sucking little demon bug. I've also got to keep out an eye for some food. There's a good amount of food in pretty much every nether biome. I couldn't think of a single biome that doesn't have any kind of food. So we should be good. I just need to keep my eyes out. Where did that wood spawn? I know there was some. Oh, there. This should... Wait, this is... Okay, hold on. Ah! Gonna grab this. That's important for later. This should have food somewhere, actually, if I just find it. I don't know how low... Ah. So... Wait, there it is. Hold on. Ah! Okay, there is a little bit of lag, I'm noticing. It's not always just when I die. But anyway, this is food. This food, it gives you regeneration for a short amount of time, but it's spiky, as you can tell. So it does half a heart damage and then gives you a couple seconds of regen. So actually they're pretty useful. You can also craft them into a helmet, which will spike any enemies that get too close to you. So if you walk into something, it will damage it a little bit. You can also turn it into carpets, and so you can essentially make a spike trap around your house, like a border, and just protect it from anything that wants to try and get in there. So that's also pretty cool. I thought that was cool anyway. And it's pink, so that's really cool. I like that. How do I get out of here though? There's gotta be a way. Ah! Right. Ugh. But yeah, so I have a food source now, so that should be covered at least. I just need to go back and get my stuff, and then I can move on. Bone serpent. Oh, there's a mosquito over there. Get out, get out, get out. We're gonna go back to my stuff, because this biome, apart from the drop bears, which you saw earlier, this biome over here, this pink crystal biome, usually very nice. Very, very scenic as well. Oh, it's right there. I want to make a sword, because I might as well. Give it to me. Thank you. But yeah, there's also a mod, or a few at least, that add normal vanilla ores into the nether, so you can get stuff like meteorite ore, which gives you iron. You can get lapis redstone, obviously gold, and a bunch of other ores as well. And like diamonds, they're usually a bit rare though. And then there's also like a different type of meteorite ore, which is a diamond equivalent. But it's probably the rarest I've seen. And then obviously you have netherite. But netherite is a lot harder to get in this mod pack because of the generation. Because it takes away the complete underside of the nether, so you can't just mine for it. You have to swim down into the lava to get it. So you kind of have to go when there's no bone serpents really. And then you have to dig into these little clumps that they spawn in. And I want that food, so I'm gonna have to fight the bear for it. Because this food is pretty good. No, 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 no. No! You have no knockback, that's not fair. Okay. Cheeky regen. But yeah. There's also this, like, I can't remember what it was. I think it's like a scraps block or an ore. And it can give you little helpful items, sometimes string, sometimes leather, sometimes netherite. Not like an ingot, obviously, but just helpful little stuff, which you might need in the nether. And my main source of resources will probably be piglin traders, since they trade mostly everything I need for most recipes. So yeah, we need to find some traders and we need to find somewhere safe-ish to live. I'm gonna go over here though, because that tree is a good source of food. And I need food. If I could get a sapling for this tree, then I could plant food wherever I do decide to live. So I'm gonna try and do that. Oh, this biome is good as well. I don't actually, I think I've lied to you. I think there actually isn't food in that biome I just pointed to. So I'll have a look around. But there is a decent amount of food where you couldn't starve for too long if you were just starting up this mod pack. So, oh, I didn't get my stuff. That was the whole point of being over here. Hold on. I don't even know if it was even worth going back for my stuff. Like, I had like basically nothing. So I'm not gonna bother. If I ever happen to get close enough to my corpse, I can always loot it, but for now, I don't think it's really worth it. So I'm just gonna make a quick axe because I don't want to punch this tree, since this one isn't affected by dynamic trees. So yeah, I want to grab some of this wood because you never know when you need wood. Even if it's just to bridge a gap that you want to get across, which actually happens more often than not, so I need as many blocks as I can get my hands on. I might also make a helmet while I'm here out of this stuff because defense is good, I suppose. And I've got a sapling now, so I can always grow my own food now. Boom. I'm not going for that, absolutely not. These are slime islands from, I guess, probably just a slime island mod. I don't know what it's called. They're pretty helpful. You can use them. They kind of they're very compatible with the Tinker's mod, where you have to make is it a forge? It's like a seared brick forge. Basically, you can combine that like slime ball thing with, I think, blaze powder and make magma cream. And you need magma cream to make the forge. So it's kind of actually really useful because I don't want to grind magma for ages. You can't just find magmas lying around, so it definitely helps to not have to find magmas. But yeah, I see like a little way up here, so I'm gonna try and go that way. And these flowers are pretty cool. I'm gonna pick some up because I like to use them for dye. So when I get like backpacks and stuff, I can colour them. These flowers, they also set you on fire when you walk into them. Which actually is pretty helpful because this biome that I'm in spawns hoglins. And they get set on fire as well, which means if you set up a perfectly good trap with those flowers, you can get yourself a bunch of cooked pork chop immediately. So that's the food source for this biome then, isn't it? It's pork chop. And like piglin loin or whatever it's called. Let me look. No, hoglin. Hog. It's like, yeah, hoglin loin, mate. Yeah. Don't know why I had to Google that. Probably for validation. Whatever. It's a cool little food source. I don't like the look of this area, so I'm probably not going to live anywhere too close to here. But I do need to find a trader that I can like kidnap, because I want to make a respawn anchor so I can set my spawn somewhere. I also like this wood, so I'm going to try and get some saplings and a bunch of logs. I didn't get one. But yeah, this is usually my favourite go-to wood. It's compatible with my every wood compat mod, I'm pretty sure, so I should be able to make chests out of this wood that match the building itself, so that's pretty cool. I believe this is the Biomes of Plenty edition. Oh, there's some berries over there as well. I want to grab that. I'm also going to grab some of this gold. You can never have too much gold. Not in the nether anyway. Because that's going to be my main source of trading for stuff. I also have ice and fire in this mod, but you can only really see some of the bigger guys in the Avod. I'm pretty sure the bone serpent is from ice and fire. However, I don't know any others from ice and fire. Maybe like the straddle. Wait, is that what it's called? Let me look. Straddler, mate. Oh, that's a weird name. What the hell? Berries. And also gold, but I'm too lazy. And also, something really cool about this mod that adds all the food, you can kind of like, not really breed, that's not really the right word. You can, well, I guess you kind of, so it's like crossbreeding. So you can mix, for example, this one and this one, and you can get like a cooler other option of food. Let me see. Like this. You can merge these two together and it will give you a jelly bean seed. And you mix that with this kind of like, you know, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And then you get like a melon. And like these are really cool recipes. I don't know if any of them do anything cool, but they're nice. Because then you have more food options and stuff, and it's really nice to have something like that. I've never seen a mechanism like that in a mod, so that's really nice to see. It's very unique, and I love doing it. Because it means I actually have to go to all the different biomes, collect all the different types of seeds and food, and then I get to make more that you can't actually get. So that's really cool. I say you can't actually get, I mean you can't get them from a biome, you have to make them to actually get them. I need to find a way down. I could probably just jump, but there's no like ledge really, by the looks of it, that touches the lava except for over there. Do we reckon it's worth it? Let me get a look, let me get a look. Let's get a cheeky... It doesn't even look like there's a way to go over here. I might have a strategy. Wait, let me look at the map. Let me see what we've got. Do we have any good biomes? We've got a warped biome over here. And, like, right here. Wait, what? Save. I didn't think I had admin on this. Hold on, do I? No, I don't. I can't game mode, so I don't know why it says teleport. I'm not supposed to do that, so I'm not going to click it. I think I might have put some sort of setting on there. Maybe it won't let me do it if I actually click it. I don't know. But whatever. Forget about it. So far, out of all of the test plays I've done, I found that the warped biome is the safest biome to live in. I haven't seen pretty much any hostiles there, except Except for Enderman, because that's where they spawn. Yay, go away! Fuck you, I want my blood back, but not the harmful way, give it back. Need to regen. Oh, nah! I'm sorry! I don't have any gold booties on today. Didn't mean it. Oh! They're chasing me! They're chasing me! I'm getting tickled. I'm getting attacked from all angles, mate. Real life. Minecraft. There's a mosquito over there. It's gonna try and diddle me. Ow! There's a hoglin too! Uh-oh! That's not very nice. Where's that waypoint? It's that way. Can I go up? Not really. Can I go through? No. I probably have to go around. Ow! Eh. Okay. You'll also notice there's a bunch of— ooh, I like that. I can't mine it though. I need a stone pickaxe. If you're really, really stone starved, you could always pick up these magma rocks. And 4 of these little rocks makes 1 blackstone, which you can use to make anything that normal stone would make. So, hypothetically, if you couldn't find any blackstone just lying around, you could do it the really long way. But I'm not going to do that because that is a really long way. It's only 82 blocks. I'm sure I'll make it today. Maybe. But yeah, you'll notice there's a bunch of these cool, like, different types of stone in the walls of each biome as well. So there'll be soul sandstone, clot stone, and warped stone of some kind. I can't remember if it's called that or not, but it's this stuff. And you can make like a— ooh! What's that? You've also got— I don't know what mod that is. It's the one that changes normal Minecraft vanilla structures into different textured versions of them. So like a jungle temple you can find in the nether, but it'll be textured with nether blocks to match the biome it spawns in. So it's like repurposed structures. Is that the one? I think that's the one. And so that's a dungeon that you would find— that's the mossy dungeons, you know, in the caves, but it's repurposed to have these little arseholes. Ah, I forgot I was on half a heart, so I can't eat that. Why did I do that? Did I have other food? I had berries and melons. Oh, I was so far away. Okay, I need to be more conscious of my health when I'm eating spiky foods. Okay, I'm gonna have to backtrack a lot. Wait. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things you kind of have to keep your mind open for. But there's also pets you can get in the nether. So, if I remember correctly— oh, what's over there? I didn't see that before. What was that? What was that? I don't want to know. So, you can get like a wolf equivalent in the nether, and it's a foxhound. And it's from quark. Basically, there's 2 variants of it. There's the normal fire color, and then there's the soul fire color. And they work like wolves. They fight for you. You can sit them down. You tame them. But you tame them— you have to have fire resistance on as the effect, not the origin ability. And then you have to tame them using coal. They take a lot more coal than the wolf would using bones, so you need like a lot. But they're a really cool little companion to have in the nether. I'm pretty sure they're fireproof as well, but I don't want to try because, you know, I don't really want to just set my dog on fire per se. But they should be, hypothetically, fireproof. I might try go up and around to that point, and then I will get my stuff back because that was most of my life. So, I'm not just gonna forget about it this time. But yeah, hopefully I can go up and around because— why did I have toggle sprint off? What are we doing? But yeah, sometimes you can go onto the very top layer of the nether and there's just this really cool kind of flat-ish area. But mobs spawn more commonly up there because of how much more open space there is. So it's definitely good for grinding certain, like, mob loot if you wanted to. But not the prettiest looking area for building. So maybe I'll show that at some point if I can. Ooh, yummy. Berries. Ow! But yeah, so I want to try today to show how the food system works with like growing special foods and making them into better foods. So I'll try and get my stuff back, find somewhere safe, build a little base, and then try and do some cooking, mate. I'm gonna keep going up because it looks like there's a mosquito up there. I forgot I'm in a crimson. Yeah, so going on the rooftop of the crimson biome isn't the best idea because there's nowhere to hide from mosquitoes, and sometimes they spawn in bulk and they just latch on and there's nothing you can do really unless you can one-shot them, I suppose. Am I going anywhere in the right direction? Probably not. Maybe I do just want to go up. I don't know. Let's see. We could find some cool structures, I suppose. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for that as well. And I forget, in the Crimson... Oops! Lag. In the Crimson biome, you can also find piglins. So I should probably get some gold armor as well soon. But that's a problem for future me, I suppose. Main goal, just get my stuff back, I suppose. That's not very nice. This is very cool though, I like this. This is important. Just run. Don't even look at- oh, okay, that's not very cool. What am I gonna do? That's not very cool. Go away. Yeah, I don't like you anymore. That's not a word I can say. Okay, yeah. This isn't working. Okay, hold on. For the purpose of- no, I'm not gonna do that. That's cheating. Is there a way I can go around here? No, not really. What do we reckon's in here? Let's have a look. Cheeky peek, mate. Give me this. Oh. Let's see. Is there a little hole in here? There is. Is there any wood? No. Anything important? Not really. Okay, I see how it... Wait. Hold on. Could be treasure, mate. Yay. I'm so happy with my treasure that took me back to where I started. We're gonna try a different approach. Yeah. Anyway. Main goal. Just stay alive. It can be a little bit hard, but after playing a while, you kind of begin to understand the different little things that put this mod pack together. So like, after a while you begin to learn what spawns where, how to avoid them. Like normally, if I had a pickaxe on me, that is, I would dig into the wall. That's how you avoid most bigger mobs. So like drop bears, mosquitoes, and I forgot the name of them, hoglins. But in the case of where I just died, I didn't have a pickaxe and I had a mosquito latched onto my face. So that's, I suppose, a different circumstance. I'm gonna try and get my stuff quick from the first round, because then I don't have to do much. I might want to get away from down here. But can I go? Not really. Just go. Anyway, we're gonna win this time. There is nothing really to win. I just want to build a base. So we're gonna go to the really safe biome that I saw. Somehow. But yeah, so every biome has its kind of struggles. Except really the warped biome, which is kind of correct. So in the Crimson biome, you have the issue of piglin traders, mosquitoes, and hoglins. I think that's it. And then the warped biome, you'll have like these like frog toad guys, and endermen. I'm pretty sure that's literally it. The Soul Valley has skeletons, ghosts, these weird like soul birds. What the f- There's a drop bear. That's not nice. I don't like you. I don't. I really think that you could get a life. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Because I have no food. Is it still following? No. Could I get some food? There is some down there, to be fair. But it's right by the lava. What was I saying? Soul Valley, skeletons, ghosts, etc, etc. in the basalt like regions, there are straddlers, and basically they catapult little demon babies at you. And that's not very nice because they're like getting you with the range. I'm pretty sure there's also magma cubes in that as well. Let me think. There's other biomes. There's this kind of undergrowth biome that spawns hoglins. Let me think. What other biomes are there? There's like there's something. I just can't remember what. It's like it's the wastes, the nether wastes. They don't spawn. They spawn like the average. You know, you got like the zombie piglins, the traders. But they spawn also these really cute little like fire axolotls. I forgot what they're called, but they're really cute, and they give you eggs, so you can hatch more, or you can cook the eggs and make food and stuff. And you can pick them up in buckets, which is really cool. So I absolutely love to get them. Can I find my way back? Probably not. Not safely anyway. I swear there's more biomes. There's like modded ones, but I can't remember any of their names. But yeah, there's the challenges in every biome. It's just trying to find somewhere that you can cope with living in. So like, obviously if you struggle with mosquitoes like I do, I never live in the Crimson area because it just sucks. Oh, there's a mosquito right there. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Apparently, absolutely nothing because my pickaxe just broke. Wait, I have another pickaxe because I'm a genius. But it is low-key stuck. Yeah, alright. It's stuck for now, but once I get comfortable, it's gonna like, I don't know, sneak attack me. Can I get some food? Ah, wait, we were here earlier. Wait, there was a cool little doojit. What is that? Oh, Strider! Yay, it's a safe one. Hi, little guy! Protection, fire protection. Hell Strider. What? Through molten rock. So like swimming fast in lava? That's really helpful. I could use that. Okay. Give me all of this, actually. I'm gonna take the chest as well. Also, a little thing I added was the ability to pick up spawners like this. And that just means you can make farms, mob farms. It's like magma cream farms, blaze farms, etc, etc, wherever you want at the convenience of you get to go there. So that's really helpful, especially for grinding stuff for Tinker's Construct. Where am I going to? You bastard. Sorry, it scared me. I need a hole. Because I haven't put my food in my hotbar yet. I'm probably gonna need more food than that. Give me a regen. And then give me just food saturation, please. Because I need it. Ah, wait. Do I not get the hunger effect because of my origin? Does that count as poison technically? Because that'd be really cool. Am I wearing the helmet? I should be. Because that would be really cool, and then those traders, they won't hate me. Okay, it's not that far. It's like 86 blocks away. Just get there. Let's just go. I'm balling. Wait, I'm here. I'm in the safe biome, guys. I made it. I think. Yes, this is the most inhabitable biome. Cool food that spawns here. You can get these like cactus head thingies. Those are really good. They give you like, I think, wither cure. So if you get the wither effect, you can just like eat one of these. I think that's this one actually. Yeah. And it like clears it. You can also cook them into other foods and still get the effect. So they can get more saturation, I think. Pretty sure. That gives you 1 bar, this gives you 60 no, 5 bars, but 60 whatever that is. Yeah, and then you can cut them up, dice them, and then cook them into other stuff, I think, as well. So that's pretty cool. And then there's also, is that a fortress over there? Yeah, it is. And then there's also these. You can turn these into an iron equivalent armor set and tool set. And they have this really cool ability to smelt or burn whatever they touch. So if you mined like like netherrack, you get nether bricks instead because it like fries it. And these guys, these are like they're like spiders, but they're like chickens. I think they drop string and feathers, so they're like pretty cool if you wanted to make arrows or anything that requires anything that's like that. Ah, it's feathers, not string. And whatever this is, what do I do with this? I cook it and I eat it. Oh, yummy! But yeah, so that's pretty cool. It appears that I'm not losing any frames, so I think it was a fluke that day that I lost all those frames, hopefully. So I'm gonna quickly make... Oh yeah, these guys travel in packs, by the way, so if you hit one of them, they all hate you. So now I'm actually a bit screwed. I can't see anything, oh my god. It like powder jizzed in my face. There we go. Stop! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Right, let's see if I can find somewhere quickly to build a little safe house. And then I'll go back and get my old stuff. Ah. Ooh. I don't like that. Let me just grab like some wood and I'll build like a little hut, put a chest down, and then I'll start like experimenting with stuff. That sounds kind of crazy. Anyway, these are quite big trees, so I'm gonna get like a ton of wood, which is pretty cool. Oh, and fun fact, if I had bone meal I could show you, but I don't, so you don't get to know what the fun fact is and I'll probably forget about it. No, I'll just tell you anyway. If you get bone meal and you bone meal this little orange flower here, it grows into like a tree and you get like a different color wood option that's also fire resistant, so I thought that was really cool because I like to have different wood options. By the way, these give you fire resistance and poison, but because we are a blazeborn, the poison doesn't affect us in the slightest. So basically they're just OP because you get food, you get armor and tools, and you get fire res, which you can use to tame foxhounds. So you don't even need potions to do that. You just need those, which is really cool. Let me grab this. Ah! I was getting tickled again, my bad, my bad. Hi! Oh, and don't punch shit. These are the other things that I need for nether breeding, like the fruits and stuff. That's not very smart, is it? Look what you're doing. Gosh. I don't know where I died. Oh, down there. I'm not going to get my stuff yet. I need to be safe before I do anything. Right, let's see. Is there a better place to build up here? Please, please. I'm begging. That is a great song. Please! Oh yeah, and I also have scaling hearts. So basically, the more XP you have, the more hearts you get. If you find heart containers, you can make 1 heart extra permanent per heart container. And obviously with quartz being here, you can actually just tank extra hearts all day long. Ow. Heart containers are a little bit harder to find, so you can't keep them permanently as often. However, that's not too much of an issue when you have so much health. What is that? Don't know. I might just build a little house like down there, and then I'll go back and get my stuff. Whee! But yeah, so it's a pretty solid little system. These are warped berries. If you eat these, they have a chance to spawn endermites, and if they do, they aggro the enderman nearby on you. So that's really cool. Not really though. I'm gonna build a quick house, because that would be really helpful. And then I'll just pop a little chest on the inside. Right. And then I can go back and get my stuff, and then I can try and show you some of the food stuffs, yeah? In the Soul Valley, the food is like a tree. It's like a bone tree, and it grows basically bananas that give you night vision. Not very helpful in the nether, but still pretty cool. And this bone tree you can get a sapling for, which means you get infinite bone meal and infinite soul sand. And soul sand is also part of that recipe for Tinker's Construct, so it's really good to just have like a farm for everything you need at the palm of your hand. That's a quote from somewhere. Hopefully you get the reference. It's not a direct quote, but you know, you get the point. Do I have any more cool stuff? No. I need to find a trader immediately, because I need to pick them up and kidnap them, and then bring them back. Because that's going to be very important. So I need to go down here and get my stuff, first of all. I'm going to take some more food with me. So how this food works is, when you eat it, it gives you like a shell. And you use these shells to make your armor sets and your tool sets and as you can see, smelt the block when you break it. The sword obviously does not smelt block, well, it probably does, but you actually, it's like fire aspect more or so, more or less, so it's like better. So I'm gonna need a new pickaxe. Let me get some wood, and then I will make a new pickaxe with these shells, and I can show you the smelting effect firsthand. Okay. I'm also gonna need a crafting table. Hurry up, please. Thank you. Right. If I have enough, I can also make some armor, because I don't know what I'm gonna need while I'm out there. Boom. So, I'm gonna eat, like, at least a few. Also, for these, you don't actually have to be hungry to eat them. So, you can get as many shells as you want for armor, or the effect maybe if you want fire res for whatever reason, like taming fox sounds. You can just eat them away. Obviously, if you have a limited amount, you probably don't want to do that, because it's kind of a waste of food, because you might run out of food and then you need it and you can't heal. But as you can see, you can also make armor. And they look a little bit funky, but I don't mind. And then this, which we're going to show you now, as you can see, smelts it. So if you wanted nether bricks to build your base in, you can just mindlessly dig around, picking up bricks while you're going to explore. You don't even need to sit there for 5 hours and smelt it in the furnace. Ugh, who does that? It doesn't smelt this because I don't think you can, and if you can, it's not compatible with the 2 different mods. But it works on most things. If you have the axe though, you want to be careful, because if you go to the overworld and you break trees with it, it will turn the wood into charcoal because it burns it. It doesn't do that on the trees in the nether, because all of the trees in the nether are fireproof and don't smelt. So, yeah. So you're safe in the nether, and it's pretty good. Especially in terms of efficiency compared to most wooden or stone tools. You can make normal iron tools, because there's meteorite. However, I just find these a lot cooler to make. I'm not a big fan of these, like, particle effects, though. Because it's just unnecessary, I feel like. There we go. We're back. We are so back. We are back. What did I even have? Where did my pickaxe go? What the hell? Okay. I've got my food back. I can now try and show you how the breeding and the food making goes. The only issue I have noticed with this mod pack is, there's a... what's it called? Where is it? I know it's here. It's not here. Hold on. Let me Google it. Skillet. You have these, which can be used to make a lot of different foods. You can't make them because you need bricks. And those are in the overworld. So you can go to the overworld and get bricks. But if you wanted to craft it, you can't. You can find it in the nether, in those chests that spawn in dungeons. However, they're not as common as I'd hope they would be. But it's possible, so I'm not complaining because it works. So yeah, I'm gonna head back, and I'm gonna try and show you how the food stuff works. Yes. Boom. My house is over there. Right. There is one thing I need to check quickly. It's the recipe of this bone meal. Ah. Yeah, that's where the issue comes in. Okay. Warped nectar. That's like sugar. No, it's not. What? Whatever. Anyway, what you can do with some of the nether foods, like these like melons. No, that's not the melons. These are the melons. You can make cakes, and those are really cool. I thought that was really cool. I like that. You can make pies. I like that as well. You can make like bread, burgers, sandwiches. I think this mod is very cool and very compatible, and I love all the different foods. It makes the nether that much more fun. I've totally changed my view on the nether since playing this mod pack, and I think it's really cool. So if this mod pack like test goes really well, I might turn it into a series because I quite like that. I'm gonna make another chest. As you can see, this compact mod makes it so that you can have a textured chest, or you can turn it into a normal chest. Boom, and then just stick everything away. Now I can't I need like bone meal to actually breed them, but essentially I'll use the mod menu to show you how it works. So you get seeds, and you basically have to use a hoe to make farmland of the specific one it spawns in. So if it spawns in the crimson biome, you need this like red crimson farmland to actually plant it. And as you can see, both of these spawn in the crimson biome, but this one, this like Gordo here needs to spawn under a block for it to work. And then in the middle, on farmland, you just need to place down these little glowing spores, and then that will help it grow. It doesn't work every time, it's kind of like a chance thing, so if it turns into roots the first time, don't worry, that's normal. So for example, when making, or when using this, you get these. This is obviously on the blue one. This is how you set it up. You need the crimson, because that's where it spawns for the jelly bean, and then the warped. And obviously these grow on the warped stuff as well. So it kind of has its own thing, and if you used these dry oat seeds, they spawn in the Soul Valley, so you'll need to grow it on soul sand, I believe. What's it called? Dry oats? I'm wrong, actually. Let's have a little look. These. Ash oats, same thing. And obviously you can breed them as well. As you can see, these 3 blocks need to be soul sand because of where these specifically grow. And I don't know why you'd want this, actually. But I think you can use it as like an effect on like a potion. Yeah. So you could probably use it for like tipped arrows as well, I'm guessing. Maybe. I think. No. Not the point. And obviously there's this little difficulty scale in the bottom, so the longer you're alive and kicking and surviving, the more, like the higher your difficulty increases, which will increase the HP of pretty much everything around you. So like Enderman will go from having like, what, like 40 hearts, they'll kind of eventually start increasing. Normally, when I play, they get to about 80 HP plus. But yeah, obviously if you want the difficulty to decrease, there's these little hearts here. So you can make it easier. Or if you AFK, the difficulty will decrease as well. But I don't recommend AFKing in the nether, really. That's not really fun. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a, not like a series, but like a mini series, just to explain all of the mods that I've put into this pack. Ow. If I were to do a full series, I'd try to do it with friends, because I think that's probably where this will be very different. I think it will keep them entertained because they've never played a mod pack like this before, maybe? I don't know. It will require them to learn how to survive, rather than just do it in 2 seconds and speedrun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. That was just a quick, like, 1 hour kind of explanation of this mod pack. I want to show you in more detail, so I'm going to try and do another stream on it soon. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye!